Prakash is the CEO and Principal Consultant of Sea Change Consulting. He's an author, motivational speaker, researcher, entrepreneur, thought leader, writer, and life coach. May I now invite Mr. S. Prakash to present the overview of this conclave.
Good morning. I recall the famous words of Martin Luther King when he started his famous speech, "I have a dream." We had a very big dream when we started on this project, to bring a gamut of knowledge that is unsurpassable and make the entire world your audience. And today it has become a reality. Dreams, as we all know, cannot take shape unless they become goals. The goals in turn must have certain deadlines and adequate resources which go behind to make that goal a reality. In real life, what happens is that you meet a lot of blocks, time-wise, resource-wise, and at every possible chance, there is always that additional surprise which springs up. When I was talking about this to a few people who are in the field, they said to put an event like this together and get it going would take anywhere between 3 to 4 months bare minimum. Such is the kind of work that is involved. It might be a great surprise for many of you who are here today that the entire conceptualization to delivery has taken us less than 3 weeks. The amount of work that has gone behind, the support that MMA has given, the support that SRM has given, the support that has come from all these sponsors at the back end, and not to forget the facilitators. It's like shooting a movie with 18 heroes and heroines. Putting a script together which is powerful, getting the background music, getting the production values in, and going live without much of rehearsal. It's a big challenge. Each of the team players over here today have done a wonderful job. The kind of work that you're going to see. Because when I initially spoke about this to a few friends, normally what I do is I bounce off ideas with the friends who are in the industry. They were all quite skeptical. Some of them said, "What are you going to do? Just stand and talk for 24 hours. What's going to happen?" I shared with them that it is not just 24 hours. It's about 56 topics covering anything that you can imagine in behavioral science, to SMEs, to even large corporates. They were still saying it's not going to happen. I said we have about 750 man-years of experienced people in the form of 18 speakers who are going to be present on the occasion, the kind of knowledge and wisdom that they bring. They all said it's not going to happen. To all skeptics, what I told them and what I want to share with you today, what if that one thought that comes through today, that one word, that one gesture, that one spark inside of you which is lit up today which can turn your life. I always talk about the difference between 211 and 212 degrees. At 211 degrees Fahrenheit, water is still hot. At 212 degrees Fahrenheit, it becomes steam. When it becomes steam, it runs locomotives. It runs industries which are unimaginable today. And all that was needed was that 1 degree twist to the 211 degrees of boiling water. And that is exactly what we brought to the table here today. Normally, history is made rarely. And today, you're all watching history being made. It is nice to watch history being made, much better to be part of history being made and take away learnings which can change your life once and for all. I still remember a story which I read many years back. It's about an old man who was sitting near a beach. There are a lot of starfishes being washed out which are coming to the shore. This old man was patiently sitting there and taking the starfishes and throwing them back into the water. One young boy, like many of you sitting out here, came up there and said, "Can't you see that the starfishes are again being washed back into the shore? They are dying." At that point of time, a giant wave came in and was going back. He threw the starfish in and that fish was saved. He said, "To this fish, it made a difference." Today, either one of you or the thousands or lakhs who are going to watch this session through the web are going to see a change. A change which can bring that spark, which can become that igniting factor which can change their lives once and for all. I really would like to thank each and every one of you who have taken your time out to be here today. Captain Vijay Kumar, who has been a source of great inspiration, a man of very few words but lot of action. Mr. Venki Rajagopal, who has been of a great source through MMA for us. Dr. Ponvaiko and SRM, Dr. Jayashree, and the entire team out here of facilitators. Each and every one of you, when some great building like Taj Mahal or any of the great edifices that you see are being built, it's all built brick by brick. But finally, when the final structure comes up, it's an amazing sort of a feeling that you get. It's like a baby being born. Today, the 24-hour baby is being born. By tomorrow morning, you'll see a galloping horse. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Mr. Venki Rajagopal, born into a family of civil servants, is now a first-generation entrepreneur. A postgraduate in economics, he joined the IPS in the year 1979. In the year 2000, he launched a brand of apparel in India in the name of Indian Terrain, which is today grown to be a truly national brand with its presence firmly established across the country. He is currently the President of Madras Management Association and Managing Director of Indian Terrain Fashions Limited. May I now invite Mr. Venki Rajagopal to deliver the special address.
Vice Chancellor, Sir, Madam Jayashree, Mr. Prakash, Group Captain Vijay Kumar, all the facilitators who have come here, who have made this pilgrimage to this wonderful campus, and to all the students here, on behalf of MMA and as President of this association, it is my privilege to welcome you all to this really unique event. You know, I can't tell you how excited I feel to be amidst this fantastic potential of young leaders of the future, on whose shoulders perhaps rests the destiny of this nation. And while we have been busy running a business or building a company, I have not had many occasions when I could interact with young students like yourself. And the minute my car entered the campus of this university, it took me back in time to when I was a student. I used to teach for a year. I used to teach economics in Bangalore University before I joined the Indian Police Service. It took me back to those times, the world of academia, the world of being a student. And I can't tell you how much I thank Vijay for putting this program together and for the circumstance which compelled me to come here. I'm truly privileged and blessed to be with you all. A 24-hour workshop on management education. Now that is really unique. If you look at it at one point of view, it seems, would it be very tiring? But when you see that there are 56 speakers, 56 subjects lined up through this next 24 hours, when you see the caliber of instructors we have here, those who are going to share with you their views and their point of view on what it is to truly build the foundation which you are doing today in this university, and make sure that that foundation is capable of establishing a trajectory from which you can launch yourself, absolutely launch yourself into the future. Because that's what it's all about. Education by itself, management education by itself, if it is poured on a plant which has no passion, then it is going nowhere. The fundamental requisite for a program of this depth, of this intensity, 24 hours, like a machine gun, it's going to be coming at you 15 minutes after 15 minutes, episode after episode of top-class information, exactly the kind of knowledge you need to have to build on this foundation of knowledge. But I have always maintained that the sum of a young man's passion or a young woman's passion is far greater than the sum of his or her IQ in taking him or her to the destination in life they choose to go to. To me, if there is no passion, any amount of knowledge, any degree, the quality of instruction is not going to get you where you want to go. So when I saw the subject, Seize the Day, that's what really triggered me to perhaps take the liberty of speaking for a few more minutes than I intended to. Because Seize the Day it comes from a Latin poem, Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem, seize the day, is all about passion. It speaks to the young man and says, today is the moment. What the future holds for you is something you do not know. Nobody knows. But today you know. Seize it for today. Seize the moment. Wage war on the moment. Get everything that you can for today. Draw every inspiration that you can from the today that presents itself before you. These words, seize the day, should perhaps be the inspiration, should perhaps be the guiding North Star which takes you from here through to the journey of your life, wherever it may be, and for however much and however brilliant your future may be. For it is those, if you're resolute in seizing the moment of the day, is when you will achieve your dreams. And that is absolutely the secret of your success. You hold it within yourself. Every day in our life brings us our own share of misfortunes, of trials, tribulations, and triumphs. It could perhaps take your eye away from the singular fact that you have this beautiful life burning within you, and it's this passion you have to be in this university, to be in this hall today, to seek knowledge. But knowledge without passion is a ship without a destination. So let that seize the day be absolutely the words which drive you to find the goals that you want to do. Over the next 24 hours, the various people who are going to speak to you on subjects as diverse as social media to conflict management, perspectives on leadership, each one of them, I can guarantee you, as a person who's a first generation entrepreneur, every subject there is vital, is absolutely critical. But whether you take away the completeness of the knowledge that is intended or not, I urge you to take away the passion that MMA has brought, which with Sea Change Consulting, which the Vice Chancellor and Madam Jayashree have put together, the passion with which, as he said, in 3 weeks, they have put together a program of such enormous complexity to run over 24 hours. Let's look at the passion with which they have done that. This is not a program which happens every day. This is not a program I've heard about in the 10 years or 15 years I've lived in Chennai. This is really unique. So the passion they bring to this event should be matched by the passion of those of you who stay here through the 24 hours. Whichever segment of the program you are here and join us in, please remember that seize the day, carpe diem. It's the passion that you bring from within which will make this effort of ours into a very meaningful day and give us the confidence to perhaps do this more and more times in perhaps different venues. Having said that, youngsters, students, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming to this program. I truly feel privileged that I could come here today and say a few words and share what I truly believe about the thought of seize the day. If I was, your age, believe me, and I had the experience which I have today, I would do everything that I possibly can to take away every little ounce of knowledge, information, motivation that you can find from the phalanx of top quality speakers who are going to be talking to you about subjects which are of enormous importance to your life going forward. I wish you all the very best for this program, for this event. I also wish all of you young students the very best in your future, and may each one of you find the journey that you seek, find the true potential that exists within you. But if you want to do that, remember you have to seize the day. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir, for that very inspiring address. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the very momentous moment, the special address by our Vice Chancellor. But before that, may I request our Vice Chancellor to formally inaugurate this non-stop conclave. Thank you.